Margaret had been cleaning hotel rooms for nearly 20 years. At 53, her hands bore the gentle marks of honest work. Calluses from countless hours of making beds perfect, and laugh lines that spoke of finding joy even in the simplest tasks. The Grandview Hotel was her second home. She knew every corner, every guest's preferences, every creak in the old wooden floors. Room 412 was always her favorite to clean, the corner suite with windows that caught the afternoon light just right, casting golden patterns across the hardwood. This particular Tuesday afternoon, Margaret felt unusually tired. Her daughter Sarah had been up all night with a fever, and Margaret had stayed by her bedside, applying cool cloths and humming old lullaby songs. Sleep had been elusive. As she finished arranging the pillows on the king-sized bed in room 412, the afternoon sun streamed through the gauze curtains, warming the pale blue linens. The room smelled of fresh lavender sachets she'd tucked between the pillows. A small touch she added to make each room feel like home. Margaret sat for just a moment on the edge of the bed to rest her weary bones. The mattress was so comfortable, the pillows so soft against her back. She told herself she'd close her eyes for just 5 minutes. The gentle rhythm of her breathing soon filled the quiet room as she drifted into peaceful sleep. Her cleaning cart positioned neatly by the door, her work nearly complete. An hour later, Richard Harrison stepped off the elevator, loosening his navy suit jacket after a long day of meetings. At 61, he'd built his real estate empire through hard work and treating people fairly. The Grandview was his favorite place to stay when business brought him to the city. It reminded him of simpler times. Richard slid his key card and pushed open the door to room 412, expecting to find his usual immaculate accommodation. Instead, he discovered something entirely unexpected. There, resting peacefully on his bed, was a hotel employee in a soft blue uniform. Her blonde hair caught the afternoon light, and her face held the serene expression of someone finally finding a moment's peace. Richard paused in the doorway, his first instinct to wake her. But something stopped him. He noticed her hands, weathered but gentle, folded peacefully. He saw her name tag, Margaret, housekeeping. 20 years of success in business had taught Richard to read people quickly. This wasn't negligence. This was exhaustion born of caring too much, working too hard. He thought of his own mother, who had worked 2 jobs to put him through college. She used to fall asleep in her chair after long shifts, and he would cover her with a blanket rather than wake her. Quietly, Richard retrieved a soft throw from the chair and gently draped it over Margaret's shoulders. He gathered his briefcase and laptop, and with the careful movements of someone who understood the value of rest, he made his way to the door. At the front desk, he approached the young manager with a calm smile. "I'd like to extend my stay another night," Richard said quietly, "and please, don't disturb room 412 until tomorrow morning. The housekeeping staff member there has clearly had a long day." The manager looked confused, but Richard's gentle authority was unmistakable. "Also," Richard continued, "I'd like to leave something for Margaret in housekeeping." He wrote a brief note and folded several bills inside. "See that she gets this, please." Margaret woke as the sun was setting, panic immediately flooding her chest. She sat up quickly, realizing where she was, her heart pounding with the fear of losing her job. But beside her was a note, written in careful handwriting. "Dear Margaret, we all need rest sometimes. Your dedication to making this place feel like home doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you for the lavender sachets. They remind me of my grandmother's garden. Please don't worry about today. Some of life's most important moments happen when we least expect them. Your kindness makes this old hotel feel like home to weary travelers like me. With gratitude and respect, R. Harrison, room 412. Inside the note were 5 crisp $100 bills. Margaret's eyes filled with tears, not of shame, but of overwhelming gratitude. In her 20 years of service, no guest had ever shown such understanding, such grace. The next morning, when Richard checked out, he found Margaret waiting by the front desk. She approached him with quiet dignity, her uniform pressed and her smile genuine. "Mr. Harrison," she said softly, "thank you. Not just for your kindness yesterday, but for seeing me as more than just the person who cleans your room." Richard smiled, the same gentle expression his mother used to love. "Margaret, in all my travels, I've learned that the people who take care of others with such dedication deserve to be taken care of too." They shook hands. Two people from different worlds, connected by a moment of unexpected grace. Sometimes the most profound acts of kindness happen not in grand gestures, but in quiet moments of understanding, when one person sees another's humanity and responds with compassion rather than judgment. Margaret still works at the Grandview Hotel. Room 412 is still her favorite to prepare, and sometimes, when the afternoon light hits just right, she remembers that Tuesday when exhaustion led to understanding, and a stranger's kindness reminded her that we're all just people, trying our best in this complicated world. And Richard, he still stays at the Grandview when business brings him to town. He always requests room 412, and he always finds lavender sachets among the pillows. A small reminder that kindness, once given, has a way of returning to us when we need it most.